All right, it's always a delight to be here. It's a pleasure. I would say happy Valentine's Day. Forget the black. I'm no mourning. Welcome to our special episode on love in a digital world, where we're going to delve deep into the fascinating dynamics of relationship, dating, and the connection in the era of social media, online dating apps, and virtual interaction. So today I'm urging everyone to join us as we explore how technology has reshaped the way we experience and express love. And also we'll discover the rewards and the challenges that comes with navigating romance in this digital age. With expert insight, personal anecdotes, and thought-provoking discussion today. So buckle up for an eye-opening journey into the interplay of technology and matters of the heart. Get ready to discover the captivating complexities of love in our interconnected digital realm. So today, the person that will be joining me on the show is Mrs. Abies Egariwa. She's a counselor, a pastor, but before we meet her, before we start talking about all we have for you on this Valentine's special show, we will go on a break. We have this documentary on food, dining etiquette. Today's Valentine's Day, so there's going to be a whole lot of hangouts, a lot of meetings where people will have to eat out. And we just want to give you some tips on how you can comport yourself and how you can carry yourself, especially if you're a professional. All right. And for companies too, they'll be having dinners as well. Maybe not today, like ITV Radio, our dinner will be coming up on Friday. So it might actually be pushed to the weekend. Even churches are having dinners and a lot of hangouts today. So we're just going to push play to that documentary quickly before you will meet my guest, and then we'll start talking about our topic for today, which is love in a digital world. We'll be back. Of course, it's still flip side right here, the other side of the news, and I'm your host, Daisy Leo Asikidi. And I earlier introduced that I have a counselor that will be joining me on the show. I'm talking about none other than Reverend Mrs. Abies Egariwa. She's the one on the show today looking all gorgeous in her red gown. Like, I feel the Valentine already. I'm now like looking as if I'm the one that wants to spoil Valentine with my black. It's good to have you on the show, ma'am.
It's really nice to be here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's get into the conversation, love in the digital world, because things have actually changed in the long run. And the way younger people are approaching this whole relationship, dating, and love thing, I think it slightly differs from in the time of our parents and the parents before them. So let's analyze how long love and dating has transcended over time. Is it better now? Is it worse? And what can you say about how it has grown or evolved?
Yeah. Like love and romance has really evolved over time. Like before this generation, love and romance wasn't the way it is right now. You see, this digital age has really made a lot of changes. Like I say, in the days of our forefathers, the way love and romance is being handled now is not the same way it was handled then. I can remember, even in our times, you see a man loves a woman or a boy loves a girl. It makes advances by maybe sending love letters, sending flowers. You know, I can remember a classmate wrote me a letter then. Since I set my eyes on you, my life has never been the same. You know, the only cockroach in my cupboard, the only tomatoes in my stew and all that. And I replied with a written letter too, that I don't have any basket for rotten mangoes.
Oh my God.
You know, that was then. But now we're in a digital age. We make use of social medias, we make use of dating apps. And romance and love is not the same as it was.
Well, which would you say was sweeter, then or now?
They both have their disadvantages and their advantages. Yeah.
Okay, now talking about Valentine's Day today, there's a whole lot of pressure You know, this digital age now, you talked about social media being the in thing, and people have a way of using social media to put pressure on others. So for those who do not have maybe someone to share their love life with, or who do not have money for gifts to put online to show it, even single people that will put gifts and say my baby bought me this. People will upload cars today. So how would you say couples should navigate the pressures that comes with the whole oppression of social media today?
Navigating the pressure and comparison that comes with social media is a whole lot of challenge. It has its challenges. But I would suggest that number one, couples should set boundaries. Set boundaries. You know what you follow, what you see, what you watch on social media. Know what your spouse wants you to follow. Know what your spouse wants you to like. Put your spouse into consideration when it comes to social media. Like, let me make an example. A lady makes a post on social media, she's naked, showing all her private parts and all that. I won't be happy when my husband will make comments like, wow, this is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be happy. So my husband should know what I would like. I should know what my husband would like, the kind of comments I'll like him to make on social media, the kind of likes I'll like him to make. And then another thing I'll have to say is that focus, every couple, anybody in a relationship should focus on the uniqueness of his or her relationship. Every relationship comes with its own uniqueness. I can't see a lady that takes a picture on social media with a limousine and then I'll come back home and say, hey, my husband, you can see Mrs. Bimbola, you can see the limousine she used in snappy picture. I think I need a limousine now. No, I can't compare what I see on social media to my real life. People post what they want you to see on social media. It's what they want you to see. Fake lives all over. So I will also advise that we should stick to the uniqueness of our relationship. Another thing I also want to say is that prioritize. When I say prioritize, prioritizing your time. One of the major problems problems that couples have with social media is that some people spend a lot of time on social media. Let me give for example now. I go out in the morning, my husband goes to the office, come back in the evening, I dash to the kitchen, make dinner, and by the time I'm through with all that, I expect both of us to sit down and
catch up
and begin to gist and then ask ourselves how our day went. But by the time I get to the sitting room, I find out that he's on his Facebook or whatever is on social media, I will not be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So we should also create time for each other, not just spending all our time on social media.
Yeah. Okay, one more question before we quickly go on a break, because we have a news update coming at 2, and we also have a program that will be used to celebrate Valentine coming up this weekend, and we want our viewers to know about all of that. But I would ask about this one. For single parents, some people are single parents because they are divorced. Some are single parents because they are either widowed or they are widowers now, so it's not their fault or something. How are they going to deal with dating, especially those who have children? It's a very difficult world out there, and dating now is not like the conventional one that's okay. Your father could even reach out to his friend and say, my daughter is at home, I think they will make good partners. You have to go and date. The ocean is big, and you might have to pick many fishes before you find the right one. So navigating love life as a single parent, what counsel would you give?
First of all, I want to say that being a single parent is not something really bad, in quotes. I want to say that first. Being a single parent, because like you actually said, being a single parent can be due to maybe the loss of a partner or for whatever reason. But I also want to say that you can navigate love again. Though it can be challenging, but it's possible. It's very possible. If you're a single parent and you want to navigate love, number one, I want to say establish priorities. And what is the priority? Always make it a point of duty to bring your child first. Setting priority, especially when children are involved. The upbringing of your child, the well-being of your child or children should be a topmost priority. Number two, don't be in haste. Take your time. Don't be in haste. Maybe because of what people are saying, she doesn't have a husband or he doesn't have a wife, then you begin to look for any available person. No, don't be in haste. Take your time, because it takes time for you to build a healthy foundation. You have to build a healthy foundation. Look very well. And number three, I would suggest that look for a support system. Look for people that will encourage you, that will support you in navigating this love as a single parent. Look for those that will give you good advice, so that in all, everything will come out well for your peace and for the peace of your children and for the peace of the entire relationship.
Wonderful. All right, so if you're a single parent out there, you're watching us, don't feel bad, don't feel depressed. You know, this whole Valentine drama today, everywhere is red, everybody's talking love, everyone's doing something, and you just feel like you don't have a partner to share all the romance you have bottled in there. Please don't be in a rush. Don't run into a relationship that will be very unhealthy for your children. Especially, I've heard of stories of people who are dating and their new partner is molesting their teenage daughter, or even their preteen daughters, or even the sons, because this is not even only the girl child that is getting abused. So it might not be sexual abuse, it could even be physical abuse, it could be emotional abuse. Or you see a very chatty child becoming very timid. It can come with a whole lot of complexities, a lot of problems. Or even worse, you know, the children do not approve of this partner, so they start giving you issues. Your kids are withdrawing from even you. Don't be in a hurry. That's what the Reverend said, and I totally lend my voice with hers, and I support it.
I would like to also add something.
Okay, quickly.
In getting a partner, in trying to navigate love again, try as much as possible to look for someone who has your values and your core interests.
Yeah.
Someone that has your values and your core interests, and who puts your child or your children, prioritize them, put them in top priority.
Like you do.
For someone that has your values, who will do that? Who will try to molest your child, or you will know.
It shows.
So someone that has your interests.
Okay, we're going to go on a quick break now. When we'll come back, we'll have a little more to talk about on today's Valentine's special, on today's on Flip Side today. So keep it house locked. Don't go away. We'll be back. All right, it's still Flip Side right here, and today is Valentine's Day. It's a day to show love to someone. It's a day to talk about love. And if I want to go into the whole principle of love, the types of love, you'll find that it's not just about the erotic kind of love today. Yeah, we have the agape love, we have the filial love. So you can show love to someone who is not romantically linked to you. It could just be a friend, it could be a brother in the Lord. It's not restricted to only those who have sexual feelings for you. So it's not for only the married. That's what I'm trying to say. Because fornication is not a gift for all the singles watching today. I have Reverend Abia Segariwa with me in the studio, and together we're talking about love in this digital world. And we've talked about single parenting, the pressures of social media and the uploads people have now. Now we're going to talk about another thing that's very common in this digital world, and that's the rush for money. Our economy is not funny. Those days, in the time of old, most women are stay-at-home moms, or they just go to the farms in the morning and then they're back home. They're around to take care of their home, their kids. By the time the husbands come home in the evening, the wives are home. But it's not the case in this recent time. As the husbands go out to hustle, the wives do too. So we're all career moms, career wives. and somehow we still have to make our relationship work. So I'm going to ask you now, Reverend, love and career balancing. It's like an act. So how can women or partners at this time make sure that their careers are not suffering, because we need the money, and at the same time their love life is not suffering? That will not be hearing stories of the husband's secretary lured him, or the wife has run away with her boss, and all of those stories. So how can we just want you to offer some tips and insights on how we can balance both career and romance.
Yeah. Career and romance can be balanced. It's all about planning. It's all about planning. Like I said earlier on, communication is key in relationship. For you to succeed in your career and also succeed in your relationship, your spouse needs to be involved. Both of you sit together, plan it out, so that your career will not suffer and your relationship will not suffer. I'll use myself as a case study. I'm a 9 to 5 person. Even my husband, same thing. My husband can help me do some office work. I can also help him do some that I'm able to do. With this, I'm able to cover my job. Then I come back home, I do the homework and chores and all that. So number one, what I would say is, you require the support of your spouse. You require the support of your partner. Sit down together and see how both of you can support each other. Draw out your plan. So do list. Draw out your plans. What are the ones that are top in my priority, in my job and in my
Love
family?
life.
Yes. What is it that needs my attention most? Let those ones be attended to. Another thing I would like to say is delegate. Anywhere you feel you can delegate duties, delegate duties. Get helps, get house helps, get help from your relations, from your parents or whoever, support system, so that your career will not suffer and your relationship will not suffer. We have career women. We also have people that work from home. Some of them are also doing greatly in their relationship. That one, you have all the time to yourself, and then you can also have the time for your work. It's just planning. Plan properly, manage your time well. Time management is another vital issue. Manage your time well. In so doing, your career will not suffer and your relationship will not suffer.
Okay, let's rekindle the flame for some people who are married and it seemed like the love is not burning again. It's not a catch, you know. Usually this happens when children start coming. The attention shifts. The man's attention is not really about my babe anymore. It's about my kids. They have to go to school. They have to eat well. The woman's gaze is all my kids. I need to protect them. I need to help them and all that. Before you know, you start drifting apart. So how can couples rekindle their love life at this time, especially those whose flame is already going down, or maybe it has even extinguished, it has gone off fully?
When it comes to relationship or marriage, couples need to be intentional about it. You need to put in conscious effort. If you don't, you find out that there will be no love existing between you and your partner. So you have to be intentional about it. Make time for each other. Create quality time for each other. Go out together, spend time together. Sometimes put the children aside. Look for your mom or whoever. Just leave the children with them and they spend quality time together. There are some things that both of you have interest in. Share such interest together. Like me, there is a topic we always discuss every day. Each time I get home, I ask my husband, how was your day? They will dive down to that topic. And I observed that when we are discussing such topic, it rekindles the love that is in between us. When we are discussing, we laugh, you know, we eat each other. From there, one thing leads to another.
Of course.
So spend quality time together. Make conscious effort. Go out. If there is a game both of you like to play, just go out. Play the game. You know? If there's any issue between you, by the time you come back, it's pushed aside. And another thing I would like to say is, do not allow grievances, whatever it is that is in between you, don't allow it to grow for a long time. You know, whatever, when you have issues, settle it amicably, right there and then, so that it will regenerate into something else. Then another thing, I'm always using myself as a case study. Another thing, develop the attitude of physical affection. What do I mean physical affection? Anytime you are talking to your husband, or develop the habit of maybe touching him, hugging him, kissing him. Those are some of the things that ignites the fire in relationship, in marriages. You know, I'm just walking along the corridor, I see my husband, you know, I just hold him to myself. Those little things. I'm passing by, the next thing, maybe he hits me on my bum bum.
They're always fond of that.
Yeah, they're always fond of that. Oh, okay. So things like that. Sometimes I just go to the kitchen, maybe I'm frying meat, frying fish, take one, put it in my mouth, walk to him in the sitting room. You know, those kind of physical things, physical touch goes a long way in kindling the fire in the relationship.
Interesting.
Yeah. When anything is bothering you, maybe there is something he did that you don't like, call him, discuss about it. Communication again, communication. Discuss it, and then see how you can go about it. Yeah.
Okay. You don't catch. But please, that advice is for the married people.
Yeah, for the marriage. For the marriage.
Okay, so let's talk about dating apps. There are so many apps now where people find partners. There are matchmaking apps. You know, you just go there strictly because you're looking for a partner. And then there are also general social media platforms where you've heard people say, I had just slid into a DM, I sent her a message. The most recent one is our popular singer Moses Bliss and his wife. She did a video, uploaded it on TikTok with his song, and then one thing led to another. What of Banky W and his wife and all that? But do you really think social media and online platforms are good ways to find love? You know, there's online platform, there's dating app. And the way Nigerians even use the old dating app, I've started hearing that it's now for hookup, but I don't know. But do you think we can develop really healthy relationships from online? And if you meet someone of interest online, how long should you chat before you start saying, let's meet? Or most of the relationships from these apps could be superficial. What do you think?
You see, this social media platform, dating apps, I wouldn't say there are some relationships that have led to marriages that met through these dating apps or social media platforms. There are positive ones, there are negative ones. But in all, apply wisdom. Apply wisdom. I saw a pastor's wife that said that she met her husband through Facebook. That's a social media platform. She met her husband through Facebook, and today they are happily married. Then we've also heard of cases. I think the other time in Port Harcourt, a lady met a guy through one dating app, whether Tinder or so. And at the end, the girl lost her life because they had to meet physically, and she found out that the guy wasn't what she thought he was. So just be wise and then be vigilant. Be vigilant. These dating apps, it has its advantages. It also has its disadvantages. when somebody is saying, making advancement at you on a dating app or any social media platform, look very well. What in the first place? What is even the? Have you checked the profile? Who is this person? How? I know there are a lot of pretenses and falsehood, but somehow, for someone that is smart and is very wise, you will discover and know the person that you are talking to or you are dealing with. So do your proper investigation before you meet somebody or agree to marry or agree to have a relationship. Do your proper investigation. There are so many ways that you will know, that you recognize falsehood, whether the person is telling a lie or is actually the person they claim to be.
You know, I'm talking about social media, personal experience. I actually met my husband through one of these social media platforms.
Wow, really?
Yeah. But what I did do was we chatted for a while and all that. So, but when we were going to meet physically, I made sure he came to my office.
Okay.
I didn't want to meet him in
somewhere.
No. I don't want lunch. Come to my office. Let's see. First of all, let me be sure exactly if you are even the person on your picture.
Yeah.
And all that. Well, that was about 7 years ago, and we're married now, kids and all that stuff.
Sorry, there was also a case of a guy that was chatting with a lady, and they planned meeting. So she told the lady, meet me in a park. So when the lady got to the park, she called the guy with phone number the guy dropped. So when the guy picked, the girl was looking at the guy
from a distance.
When she saw that the guy was not what he portrayed to be, in the first place, the picture he used on his profile wasn't. The guy had to cut the call, switched off her phone, and went back to where she was coming from. Falsehood.
Interesting. Okay, let's also look at the aspect of technology. You know, everyone is online now. Everyone is chatting. You have an Android device. You have a smartphone. Has it really come to make relationship better, or it's come to make it worse? Some will say you can easily send a romantic message to your partner, or even videos. Those videos, quite scary. And I would ask this. Let's start with that, because I would also I'll add this in case you forget. I will bring it back. Should married people send nude pictures to their partners? I mean, they're married, but technology, has it really come to enhance relationship or destroy communication?
Technology has come to enhance relationships in some areas, and then in some other areas, technology can also destroy relationships. Like in terms of, we are just talking about, you just gave us an example of yourself now, meeting your husband on social media, and today both of you are happily married. So technology brought about that.
Word.
Yeah. And then today we can, everybody hurry to work, husband dashes to the office, the wife. It's when you get to the office that you can check on your husband. How are you? How are you today? Hope you are fine, Just do 1 or 2 discussions. Technology made that possible. Before technology, I would have written a letter and then go and post it and say, hey. No, but with just my phone, my Android device, I can just say, hey, hello, how are you? Sometimes my husband forgets to tell me I love you in the morning. But when he gets to the office, he sends message. Say, hey, hello, babe, I love you. Sometimes he might not even remember to say it throughout the day when we are together. But when he gets to the office, he does that. I can say technology has enhanced our relationship like that. And so many others. But then also, technology has also done some harms to relationships. Do you know there are some married people that are flirting through these Android devices? Mm-hmm. Sometimes just take their attention away from their spouses, and their whole attention is on their social media platform, chatting with their boyfriends, chatting with their girlfriends, or whatever. It's even making parenting bad. Sometimes as parents, you take your attention away from your children. We are engrossed in Facebook, engrossed in Instagram, the time we are supposed to dedicate to our children. So it has enhanced it, and on another angle, it has also destroyed marriages. So sometimes partners find some weird messages in their partner's phone, and this brings about a lot of trouble in marriages or in relationships. That is another angle where devices have been destructive to relationships. So it has its advantages, it has its disadvantages.
Okay, talking about
but we should improve and indulge more on the advantages.
Okay. Should married people send nude videos or pictures to their partners via the phone?
I wouldn't support that. I wouldn't support that. Sometimes some people say is when your partner is when you are in a distant relationship, maybe your partner is away and you are here, sometimes you just want to send nude pictures. I wouldn't advise that. You know why? Because this social media is something else. You can never tell where that picture will get to. We've had cases of leaked videos now. Imagine you sending your nude picture to your husband, and at the end of the day, you find out that your nude picture is on Facebook. How will you feel? You can't even determine how it got there. But it's technology. People hack people's phone. Your phone can get missing. Anything can happen. That's why I don't even support it. If you want to see, if it's a distant relationship, you want to see my new picture, let's make a video call. Let's make a video call, and then you see what you want to see. But sending a video or a picture, I wouldn't advise it.
Okay. And on a final note, before we go, you've talked a whole lot about balance and understanding your partner. So if you can understand your partner and you can both draw boundaries, I think that aspect can easily be dealt with and all of that. So online presence, we have, not to mention names, there's a particular boy online that is a trans dresser. He dresses like a girl, and it started trending when a video of his got online and they said he was gay, he had HIV, and so everyone just assumed he's gay and he's HIV positive. So he was doing his content as a girl and he was really making money. But very recently, his sex tape got leaked, and he was having sexual relations with a girl. So he came out to clarify that he never told anyone he was gay. He's very straight. He dates women. He has a girlfriend. He's only just dressing as a girl for content's sake. And we have so many comedians now dressing like women. Those that are doing it to slay are slaying as women, even enhancing their bodies. Some are wearing their mama's wrapper and gele to make content. It's funny, but cross-dressing is now becoming a norm. But that's just one aspect. There are so many ways we portray ourselves online that might not really be who we are inside. Now, how would you tell people to strike a balance so you don't end up misrepresenting yourself because you want to make money or make a name? Or would you say everyone should just let go? If you're online, you see someone who is a content creator online, just take that as his job and meet the person and know the person on a different angle. What advice are you going to give? Because this is my last question for both the people who are following them and the content creators, so you don't end up misrepresenting yourself and giving people falsehoods and false ideas about your person.
Yeah. In this digital age, people can do anything for money, for followers. They can go to any extent just to gain followers. So you that is in your right senses, know what you want. Know what you want and go for what you want. I know what I go to social media to do. I know what I go to social media to look for. By the time I see a particular thing, like I said, a lot of fake life on social media. People put there what they want you to see. I sit down and then I go through whatever content I want to go through, and I know what I want. There are some content I see, I read, and I put it aside because I know what I want. It's not what I'm looking for. Like what you said, that cross-dresser came out and portrayed himself as this and that, and at the end, you see what the result was. So anytime I'm going through content or I'm following somebody, I go an extra mile. I go an extra mile to know if you have what I'm looking for. If you don't,
Unfollow.
I'll follow you. Yeah. I'll follow
Interesting.
you. I only follow people that I get value from.
Word. I like that one. And that's a very good way to enter this show. Follow people you get value from. It's not everybody that is a celebrity online that you should start following.
Yeah.
Before you know, the more you watch their content, you're consuming it, filling your spirit, soul, and body with it. You start acting like them unconsciously and buying their ideas without even realizing when it started. All right, today is Valentine's Day, and I'm saying happy Valentine to everyone. I'm saying thank you to Reverend Abies for being on our show today. And to all those who are going to go hang out today, ladies, please, let's not find you in dark places. Don't go out without having extra dough. I usually call it vex money. In case the outing is not going the way you like, you can use your money, book your cab, and run away. Don't be 100% dependent on your dates. It's not safe and it's not good. Don't leave your drinks or your food because you're going to make a call and you leave it opened, unattended. If you must leave your table, go with your food and your drink. Don't even take food or drinks that are already ordered before you came. Order it, let them open it at your very before. If possible, tell the waiter thank you and open it yourself. People can even put drugs or poison under their fingertips. And if you leave that food and drink to go do anything, eat yourself or whatever it is, when you come back, don't consume it. Please be safe, all right, as we're celebrating. Valentine is just one day. You can use the rest of your life to pay for the consequences of your error. There's love the feeling, there's love the commitment. If you cannot commit, let feelings die, all right? I'm Daisy Leo Asikidi. Thanks for watching. We'll put this video on YouTube so you can catch up on any part you missed out on. Have a nice day and enjoy love.